What is up, guys? Today we're gonna be recreating, and do you actually notice that I can actually make pancake recreates, and we're gonna be recreating to banban set origin story. Let's go ahead and see the video. Okay, there it is. What is that, banban?
What are you doing here, little one?
Banban.
The back halls are strictly off limits.
Little one, I'm not a kid, I'm...
An intruder, I know.
For a second, I thought that man was a human from banban. For a second.
Unfortunately for you, you chose the wrong place to break into.
This place has been abandoned for years!
So you thought.
Who are you?
Me? I'm the very founder of this school, and the proud mascot. I am Banban. You see, I was a human once, but
He looks nothing like banban because he's wearing a green shirt.
like you, I had a
Red and
family and everything. A mother and a father and a sister, all of whom were the
I
bane of
thought
my
that was-
existence. I was a standoffish child. I had no friends, and I spent most of my time in my room, alone, playing with toys. Not that my parents ever noticed anyway. No, they had another child to focus on. My sister. Our entire lives, she
So he's saying getting jealous, and apparently they're giving the girl more attention than
was the perfect child. A star athlete, a star scholar, a musical prodigy, an artist. She was good at everything, and I can't say she didn't work for it. Years later, she received exciting news from our school.
Oh my gosh! I'm valedictorian!
Wait.
Some people are born talented,
accepted
some have
to
talent
college.
thrust upon them,
That's
and
wonderful.
others are like me.
Hey, let me go!
Or what? Gonna tell your big sister on us? The little guy can't do anything on his own, huh?
I was
Whoa,
tormented
that's so-
endlessly. It was as if
That
everyone
is
could
so
sense my
sad. He was bullied.
low self-esteem. They all looked at me as less than. I was never good enough for anyone. Not to mention my constantly
Yeah,
failing
B+,
grades.
F.
Of course, every teacher compared me to my sister. Why aren't you as smart as her, they'd ask. I wasn't very smart to begin with, but the paralyzing stress I was under only made things worse. My parents, who already had no reason to support me or be proud of
That's
me,
actually
were
right.
losing their patience by the day. Those toys, they were my only friends. Always had been. What kind of high schooler was I? Nobody to hang out with, nobody to call on the phone, playing with toys and crying on my bedroom floor. One day, I got fed up. I fought back. And that turned out to be one of the worst ideas I've ever had.
Oh my god! You brought toys to school? What a little baby!
Hey, give those back! I'm serious.
Why don't you just
What are you gonna
punch
do?
him?
Cry about it?
Seriously, put them down!
Oh, don't worry. I'll put them down. Sure hope they know how to swim.
What?
No!
My only friends were gone. I'd lost everything at that point. My grades tanked even further, and my parents wanted nothing to do with me anyway. And it only got worse from there. Graduation day. My sister was valedictorian, and it was the proudest moment of my parents' lives.
she was
I couldn't bear
intelligent.
to go. Besides, I had to go do a makeup science project in the lab to get my grades up. Everyone's big day was
What?
ruined, and mine
The
was
bully
about to be
ruined
as
his
well.
sister's
Just as I showed up to do my science
What do you
project,
mean?
well, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Since I
Imagine if that happened in a real life school. The kid will definitely be banned from school. I'm not talking about banned, I'll talk about like around.
was the only person not in the gym at the time when the sprinklers went off, everyone thought it was me. I was instantly guilty in their eyes. This prank, the prank I didn't even do, got me expelled. My parents sent me off to boarding school. I knew they were secretly happy it all happened. They couldn't wait to get rid of me. I was almost happy to be free of the bullying, to be free of the constant comparisons to my sister. But my situation didn't really improve. I was still bullied, and my grades didn't get much better. So from then on, I became obsessed with one thing and one thing only: to one day build my own school, a place where kids would be happy. No bullies, no mean teachers, a safe space filled with magical creatures just like the toys I'd lost. Meanwhile, my parents wouldn't answer my calls or my letters. When breaks rolled around, they never showed up to
In that part, he was actually 18 years old.
pick me up and take me home. I was completely alone in the world, with no one to keep me company. But finally one day I got a letter. I knew it had to be from my parents at last. It wasn't. It was a letter letting me know I'd been dropped from school due to poor academic standing. Fine, I didn't need them anyway. I decided to go back home. But I couldn't bear to stay. I was a burden to them. They wouldn't have been happy to see me anyway. So I made a promise to myself. I would make it on my own, start my school, and I wouldn't need them anymore. By working lots of odd jobs and part-timers, I was able to raise enough money to buy an abandoned building and try and spruce it up into my own daycare and
he's getting
educational
older and
facility.
older.
But being a brand new establishment, well, it didn't get much
he's
attention,
getting older and
or any
older. Can you see
enrollments
that,
whatsoever.
guys?
Somehow I felt more alone than ever. In that moment, I really wished I had my old friends, my toys. I loved those toys as a child. Why not dedicate it to
think
them
he's
and
making
share
a
their joy with
kindergarten.
other children? It was
I
time
think
to
he
give
is,
the place some more
making a
color.
kindergarten.
And besides, a theme always sells,
think
right?
he's making a kindergarten.
And before my eyes, I built
He
it,
did.
and people came.
Upset stomach? Indigestion.
Oh, not
Iberogast. 6 digestive
Oh,
symptoms.
also, his kindergarten school got popular.
The
and
power of
popular.
nature.
So many people wanted to enroll, and the children loved it. It made my heart so happy that these kids would never be as lonely as me. But it still felt incomplete, so I took on an additional project,
Popular.
trying to recreate my old friends and bring them to life. I didn't have much technical or medical knowledge, but I was hoping between some textbooks and my own perseverance I could do it. And I almost did. I managed to make, well,
It came back to
something.
life.
But I realized the world wasn't
That's
ready to see what I had
wonderful.
created. I decided never to share my failed experiment, and I had him live in the basement alone. Clearly I was missing something in my calculations, but I never figured out what it was. So I inserted a new variable, myself. When I electrified myself and the toy at the same time, we merged. I was terrified.
turned
I was
into
disgusted.
Banban.
I was amazed.
So
And
that's
then I
how he
realized
turned into
I couldn't let the parents see me like this. So I became nothing but a voice on the intercom. I shut myself in my office and refused to come out again unless there was an extreme emergency. I hoped that day would never come,
That was a big mistake. Why would he do that?
but it did. Somehow a door was left unlocked. A door to the back hallway. And a little girl got through.
I think it didn't got popular anymore. Jumbo Josh.
Unhand her.
The banban.
It was a miracle I found her. That little girl almost never made it out. But I had revealed myself to the
Banban
children,
is really
and they were absolutely terrified, as they should be. I was a living monster. Of course, they told their parents, who pulled them out of school immediately. Before my eyes, we went from the most prestigious kindergarten in town to completely barren. They viewed me as a monster.
It got
So,
abandoned.
I've become one. I've been capturing intruders like you to carry out my experiments. Of course, most of them have been failures. But who knows? You could be my first success.
So that's the origin life. So that's the origin life of Garden of Banban. It was pretty good. So everybody, make sure to like, make sure to smash that subscribe button if you want more recreation videos like this. Bye guys.